Welcome back, everyone. This is Dave from Cormor Productions, here to talk about Star Trek Picard, Season 3, Episode 3, titled 17 Seconds. The episode's description reads as follows. Picard grapples with a life-altering revelation as the crew of the Titan attempt to outmaneuver Vadic, while Raffi and Worf uncover a plot by a vengeful enemy. The episode was directed by Jonathan Frakes. This is the first episode of the season not to be directed by Darren Aronofsky. Frakes is no stranger to Trek, having, of course, played Commander T. Riker, or his twin, in 5 Trek series, 4 movies, and directed numerous episodes of television throughout all of the series. Not to mention the movies Star Trek First Contact and Star Trek Insurrection. The episode is written by Jane Maggs and Cindy Apple. Before going any further, I'll tell you a couple of things. 1, this is not a spoiler-free video, so if you haven't watched the episode, I highly recommend you go and check it out, and then come back and watch my video. Secondly, if you like this video and want to support the channel, please like, share, and comment, as well as subscribing to my channel. Well, this is as far as I've gotten into covering a season of Star Trek Picard. I didn't make it past Episode 2 in any of the previous seasons. And while this was a pretty tense episode of television, the 3rd winning episode of the season, at least in my view, it takes some inspiration from the Wrath of Khan, in that they are hiding out from an enemy in a nebula, though there's hints that this might be some kind of life form, which kind of reminds me a little bit of a Star Trek Voyager episode in Season 1 called The Cloud, with a similar concept. And I'm kind of interested to see if that actually leads to anything. The Wrath of Khan was not the only Trek property to use hiding in a nebula or like-minded concepts. TNG used this in Best of Both Worlds Part 1. DS9 had Starship Down. Voyager did it in the 2-parter Year of Hell. My point is, this is a well-worn Trek concept, but it is done to very good effect here. It also gives us time to have the necessary conversations, such as Beverly and Picard, who have some things to chat about after the revelation that Jack is Picard's son. Excellent scene between the two of them, the first really official one of the season. It is revealed that they tried to be romantic partners more than once, the last of which resulted in a pregnancy. And after Beverly kept noticing that Picard has a tendency to end up in life-threatening situations, Beverly decided that she couldn't risk telling him. She knew she could be a mother, but not to Picard's son, whose existence might be threatened by being the Legend's son. We actually used last season's continuity with the deep dive into Picard's fears in relationship with his mother and his father. Even though that was overall a weak season, I'm glad we aren't completely abandoning that. Seven is still confined to quarters, which is kind of weird because I thought she earned her way out of the doghouse in the last episode, but given that Shaw goes down for the count, handing command to Riker as he does so, she still finds herself locked in her quarters. Not so by the end of the episode, obviously, but not sure what the heck took so long. Speaking of Riker, I knew there was going to be some tension and conflict with Picard and Riker this season, but I thought it would be Picard arguing for the more conservative actions, with Riker being more gung-ho. Much to my surprise, it's the other way around. It's hard to argue that Picard was right, given that how this episode ended, with Riker telling him to remove himself from the bridge because he just killed all of them, in a line that hurts. Though technically Riker didn't really need to listen to him, but whatever. It is revealed that a splinter group of changelings from the Great Link are involved, and that this story involves the Dominion, making this season a spiritual sequel to DS9, which they did in fact promise us. All of Raffi's scenes were with Worf this week, and yep, I still don't care about her character, but nice try, show. I did enjoy watching the scenes as we catch up with a similar but very different Worf than the one we know. It's hinted that Worf was contacted by Odo about the situation with the changelings. He's not mentioned by name, but who else could Worf have been talking about? Some interesting conflict and drama in this episode, and the Titan looks to have seen better days by the end of this episode. Very curious about where all this is going. Anyway, that's all I got for you for this video. If you like this video and want to support the channel, there are a number of ways to do so. You can follow me on Twitter at Core Productions. You can join my Core Productions Facebook page. You can buy me a coffee, which is a new way to support content creators such as myself. And of course, you can like, share, and comment on this video, as well as subscribing to my channel. This is Dave from Core Productions, signing off.